Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bodybuilding Dietitian's YouTube channel. It's been a bit of a hiatus. I think it's been over a year now. The last video we put out was over a year ago, which is pretty crazy to think. I'm joined by two of our dogs. We only have two. But this is Boston. He's about 11 weeks old and we picked him up about 3 weeks ago now. And this is Sam, his big sister, who I don't think you guys have even met before, but Sam's just over a year old and they're already best of friends, which is great. And yeah, you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of these guys in the videos to come. And just so they don't distract me and distract you guys, I'll just put them outside quickly and I'll be right back. Awesome, thanks for bearing with me. So yeah, it's really good to be back. I've been wanting to come back to YouTube for a while. We didn't really give it a proper crack, but I think this style of content is quite rewarding for me, and I wanted to document my prep and the reverse process and what I eat, how I train, posing, clients, all that kind of stuff. And if I get some good feedback from it, if you guys like it, then of course I'll definitely keep putting stuff out, and Tiara will feature and all that sort of stuff as well. Tiara will make her own videos too, and yeah, lots of stuff to come. But basically today I just wanted to fill you in on what's been happening, and as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be documenting my refeed day as well, be doing a training session, lots of good stuff, lots of meals, and yeah, currently running 4 low days, 3 high days. The 3 high days are refeed days at 525 carb and 50 fat and 250 protein. I've been dieting for 15 weeks of prep now, which is pretty crazy. And I've even had another 7-week mini cut before that. So I've cut down from about 94.5 to 80.5. I actually weighed 80.5 yesterday morning, around that this morning as well. So lots of weight loss, and keen to show you guys everything and get stuck in with breakfast because I'm hungry. Okay guys, so in the kitchen now. I woke up around 5:30, I think. I woke up pretty early in prep, still managing to get about 8 hours sleep at least, which was great. But so today is a refeed day, and I've got a lot in store for you guys, just showing you what I eat. Obviously a lot more carbs today than on my low days, which are 250. But today, basically just having oats for breakfast with some Milo cereal mixed in. And the purposes of today is to not volumize my food to the max. It's not to try out all these new incredible foods that I've been craving. It's basically to fuel myself, because after 4 low days I'm very depleted and I want to get a good session in. I want to see my physique when I'm more filled out. A lot of other reasons as well, but those are probably the 2 main primary ones. Give myself some more energy, all that kind of stuff. And I want to use predictable foods to do that. I don't want to go and have, I don't know, froyo or low-fat ice cream and stuff like that, which isn't really going to satiate me as much, or it's not going to be as predictable in terms of my fuel sources. The other main reason is because this is what I'm going to be having in peak week. Like, I want to use foods now that I know with confidence are going to fuel me well in peak week. So I'm basically going to make this. I'll describe how I do it as well in case you guys want to have it too, because it is a great meal, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so step 1 is complete with the oats. There's literally just quick oats in here, some cinnamon, cooked it, and then I added some frozen blueberries after. The trick is actually doing it after, otherwise the blueberries just turn to like a paste, which is not great. And a little trick, like this is where YouTube will come in handy. I can actually share a lot of my nutrition tips. So basically, when you leave oats or other carb sources out, like rice and pasta and cream of wheat, whatever it is, it will thicken up over time. So what I actually do is put this under a fan for like even 10-15 minutes, the longer the better though, and then I mix in the Milo cereal after, top it with some yogurt, and I'll show you guys the finished product in about 20 minutes. Okay, great. So this has literally been sitting for 15 minutes, I think. I finally have Tiara behind the camera filming me. But as you can see, like, it's already thickened up so much. Like before it was more like water consistency. Now it's like proper oats. And basically the plan is now just mix some Milo cereal in with this. The reason why I don't mix the Milo in is because it doesn't actually retrograde when the Milo is mixed in when it's hot. little things that I've found by trial and error. But I'm gonna mix some Milo in, top it with some yogurt, and I'll show you guys. I'll go into a bit more depth of this meal, maybe not the other meals, because I think a few of you guys might actually make this, hopefully. So this is the finished product. Many of you will probably be a bit astounded by how much I managed to fill this up to the brim. And it's literally my biggest meal of the week. Like, I've had 4 low days, just really want to refuel, get a lot of food in early. I really like having breakfast as my biggest meal of the day. It just sets me up so well. Even on my low days, I put in a bit more carbs into that breakfast meal. But yeah, this is it. I'll be training after this, continue to fill you guys in along the way. But my stomach is grumbling, so it's time to eat. So breakfast is done, guys. There's nothing quite like feeling really depleted and then having like almost my full day's worth of low day carbs in one meal. So feeling really energized after that. Like, let's be honest, it's more psychological than physiological, I reckon. Like, realistically, my glycogen stores haven't really changed yet, but I've definitely had a good blood glucose spike, that's for sure. But gonna head off to train now. I'm probably gonna film a couple of the bigger exercises, hopefully do some posing at the end for you guys to check out where I'm at about 10 weeks out with my physique. And yeah, been using the Kleos pre-workout lately, which I've really been enjoying. But this has about 300 milligrams of caffeine per serve and definitely gets me going. So I've already had a coffee this morning and I definitely won't need anything for the rest of the day after this. And I found that really helps my sleep as well. But I'm gonna get to the gym and I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys in a bit. So bring you guys a voiceover for this workout. I'll be training at Well Gym Brisbane today. I train here for all my upper days. I really like the warehouse vibe and the open airness, like it's not airconned. So I usually start with just some trigger balling, gets me in the zone, gets my head prepared. So just rolling out my shoulders, doing some readout flies there for my shoulders as well. And I'll be starting off with some Smith machine incline press. I wouldn't really call it a shoulder press, it's more of a high incline. I've been really loving the Smith machine for this movement just because it requires less stability than the barbell. And let's be honest, at this stage of prep, I don't really want to have to worry about stability too much. I just want to move the weight and get the best stimulus that I can for my chest and shoulders and triceps in this movement. Obviously more so chest and shoulders. So this was the first set, around 85 kilos here, including the Smith machine. And I think I did another 2 sets at 7 and 7. So I think I matched last week, which is a pretty good result at this stage of prep. So moving on to the next exercise, which is lat pull down with a neutral grip using the mag grips, which I've been really liking lately. And this has actually been a really good exercise for the whole of prep. I've been managing to progress nicely. I think this is like over 10 kilos of my body weight now. And I would rate my form as pretty decent here. There's not an excessive amount of swinging or momentum, and I get a good connection, so that's what's also important. And I think the connection with the mag grips is superior to a lat pull down, a traditional lat pull down for me. So moving on to the third exercise, which is a machine chest press. This one is brutal, I must say, and it's really hard for those final reps. I think I might have actually taken a loss here compared to last week by 1 rep. And as you can see in the final reps that coming up, I gave it my all, that's for sure. And sometimes it's just not there, especially I think I might have failed one of the sets on the Smith machine as well, or went to failure. But it was a battle for that final rep, but got it out. So moving on to the final exercise I filmed, single arm dumbbell row. I do this one primarily for the lats because that is a weaker point for me in my physique. Using a 60 kilo dumbbell here and pretty happy with the form. Like you can see, if you actually look at my back, sure, I'm extending downwards, but I'm not using excessive momentum to bring it up. I'm not swinging like crazy, and I got a great connection on this as well. So this has been a staple for me for basically my whole prep. So I thought I'd finish the training side of things with just some posing. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best lighting. There was a lot of glare, And yeah, hopefully you guys can see some details in the upper body, not as much in the lower body, unfortunately. But yeah, for those who don't know, about 10 weeks out, I'll be competing mainly in bodybuilding and classic physique, well, only in those two. And it will be my first time doing classic physique. Previously, I've only done bodybuilding, and I'll be doing quite a few shows. So in the ICN Federation here in Australia, which is a natural federation, it's drug tested. And I'll be doing a show on the Sunshine Coast, the Brisbane Classic. I'll be doing the national show as well, and hopefully a Oceania show after that if COVID allows. But overall, pretty happy with my physique in these. You might be able to tell, I don't know how you would critique my physique, but I think my back thickness and width is probably my weakest point, and also where I store the most body fat. But hope you enjoyed this voiceover and the physique update, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip. Cheers. Hey guys, so back from my workout, probably rate it like an 8, 9 out of 10, felt really good, really solid energy after that massive breakfast, and keen for meal 2, which is going to be my post-workout meal. So again, I have my larger meals, probably 1 to 3, final meal is my smallest by quite considerably, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. Okay, so as you can see, meal 2 is done. Hopefully I didn't have to show anyone how I made these sandwiches. It involves a toaster, I'll give you that little hint, but one of them with banana and the other 2 with avo and chicken. As you can see, lots of salt on all of it, including the banana one too. And yeah, gonna enjoy this and probably watch some YouTube while I do so. Hey guys, so lunch is done and I really like that meal. It's so simple to make and I can get it done quickly, which I want to when I'm quite hungry post-workout. Now I'm actually going to make meal 3, and I like to make that a couple hours in advance just because it can thicken up over time before I eat it, just like my oats in the morning. So this is cream of wheat, which a lot of you might have heard if you're following us on Instagram, but basically the ingredients are very simple. So it's banana, protein powder, cinnamon, and flour. So about 200 grams of flour, only 10 grams of protein powder, and then I'll have some chicken on the side as well, just to add some extra protein. So I'll show you guys how I make this. So this is the final product after coming out of the microwave. As you can see, it's still a bit wobbly. It'll thicken up considerably over the next couple hours. It's about 1 right now, and I'll probably eat this around 3:30. And yeah, it's a really solid post-workout meal, that I have all the time. Pretty proud of myself. I only got 1 little spill there, considering how full it is. You have to keep an eye on it in the microwave because it can boil over depending on how much you use. But this is actually Tiara's finished product. It's cream of wheat also. Definitely don't mention that I touched her precious cream of wheat, but you can see that it's already formed a crust on the top, which is ideal, and then it's still gooey in the inside. You can just add so many different ingredients to these, like dried fruit, ice cream on top, more protein powder, kind of whatever you want, depending on like whether you want to volumize it or have something a bit more high calorie. But I'll catch you guys in a couple hours when I've run a few errands and done some work. And just like that, 2 hours has passed and it's time to eat meal 3 of the day. So I'll show you guys what it looks like now. So as you can see, looks about the same, but it is much thicker. It's almost like a cake consistency. It's thickened up really nicely. And just to test with the spoon, that's pretty perfect there. Great consistency, and just a side of chicken as well for some extra protein. But yeah, really happy with that. Gonna enjoy it right now and sit down and do some more work on my computer. But got a pretty busy afternoon, so I'll check back in with you guys this evening when it's time for dinner, and that'll be my final meal of the day. See ya. so it's 6 p.m. and I'm back for the final meal of the day, which is basically where I get all my veg. I have anywhere from like 10 to 15 serves of veg in this meal just because it's low calorie, it fills me up. I get a serve of protein in as well. I hit all my fiber targets and all that kind of stuff, and it satiates me really well for the evening, so I sleep well, and it means I can get a lot of my other calories throughout the day and still have a decent sized meal in the evening. So that works really well for me when dieting. And as you can see here, I've just got my veg already. I've got some kangaroo and some frozen veg as well. And I'll just mix some herbs and spices with that basically. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and basically prepare all this veg, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So guys, this is the final product. Basically combined all of those ingredients together with a few herbs and spices, salt, pepper, curry powder, and paprika. I honestly just really like this meal. It's so simple. I wouldn't even consider it a stir fry because it's so simple. Like, it's just that veg and chicken to top off the protein and the kangaroo, and it does the job. Like, it satiates me, it gets in all my veg. I don't wake up hungry during the night or even in the morning, and I just love veg. What can I say? But that pretty much caps off my full day of eating. I hit my numbers to the gram, which is great. So 525 carb, 50 fat, and 250 protein. And I would love to keep these vlogs going. I honestly had a really good time making this, and I'll start putting it together tonight. So if you guys have any suggestions, any critiques, any other videos you'd like to see, please head over to the comments and let me know. Also, if you could share it on Instagram or any other platform, that would be amazing. I'll reshare all your shares. And if you could like the video, that'll help the channel grow. Otherwise, Tia and I will see you in the videos to come. Cheers.